Hello and welcome back to my channel. My AD&D solo campaign channel, No Regret and Cut. Today we're embarking on episode 8 of the campaign, and we find ourselves at a crossroads, literally. The last session we had, we struck an uneasy bargain with some orcs that were guarding this bridge. We found 2 rivers in the dungeon, and we didn't know where they went. But the orcs were moving along the corridor, and it was a random encounter. We found out from them that there was sort of an insurgency happening, and there's some people that aren't happy with the chieftains of the orc tribe, and they're breaking away. So they made an uneasy alliance with the orcs, saying that they could go along in any way that they could sort of disrupt the current leadership of the Broken Bone tribe would be helpful. Now, it remains to be seen when we come back to cross here, if we come back this way, whether or not that tenuous truce will hold true. There's a couple of things that I wanted to sort of like take care of before we get going. So the river, we deduced from the last session when we found out the rivers. What did they use the rivers for? If they used the rivers, and we deduced that they used it for trade. Just interesting. And so I drew up a little chart here that who do they trade with. And we've got ogres for 6, other orcs, a different orc tribe, gnolls for human slavers 3, hobgoblins 2, and the coup at 1. Now the coup don't appear until the Fiend Folio, but thankfully we do have that book as well, Fiend Folio and the coup. They're interesting, sort of like Lovecraftian kind of inspiration too. We'll see if that turns out to be true. So we'll find out who they trade with primarily down these rivers. And the answer is 6. It is ogres, so it would be like a tribe of ogres. Interesting. So we know that because there is the Dungeons of Taroosh is the home base for the Broken Bone orc tribe. They do contain a couple of ogres in it as well, but we haven't figured those actual ogres out yet. So anyways, so we've got them trading with ogres along the subterranean river. So there's that, and I wanted to figure out. So here's I want to sort of flesh out some of the orc names. So the orc chieftain's name is Thurog the Cleaver, and the main the main antagonist to Thorog's rule is a fella or an orc by the name of Gorfang Rotgut. And so maybe we'll learn more about these folks as we make our way through the dungeon. And that's where we're at today. We have a lantern that Zawar is holding that lasts 240 minutes, which is 4 hours. And we've used an hour and a half. So we have some time here before we need to make it out. Zawar is holding that. So we're at like I said, we're literally at a crossroads here. Excuse me. We can go south, continue east, or head north. I have decided that if it goes north, I will go on to another sheet of graph paper, and we'll make the the dungeon sprawl more. I feel because we know that there are 170 some odd orcs in here, among other things, among other monsters, that this right here is not going to be big enough for all those people. So I've decided that we could move on to other sheets, given where we want to go. But today I don't think we want to go north. South doesn't feel like there's going to be much going on down there south, so I think we're going to continue. We're going to continue east along the corridor here. And as we know from our random dungeon generation appendix A, so we're going to do the periodic check here going east. All right. So the first check we do is the D20. I'm excited to like dig back in here. It's been, I don't know, it's been a little while, but and we left them in the middle of a bit of a cliffhanger. Not as big of a cliffhanger as when we first entered the dungeon, but we'll see what this. Hopefully, we can get some treasure in today, or you know, some combat. I knew Mumala is itching for some combat. 13. Passage turns. See table 4. Check width on table 3. Passage turns. See table 4. Check width on table 3. Table 4 turns. D20. That's a 6. Left 90 degrees. And it's going to go back up north. Okay. So 20, 30. 20, 30. Oh, we gotta check the width. Passage turns, check width table 3, side passages. Passage width. 17, 30 feet wide. This is almost like a chamber. Okay, go. That's another turn. And then check again 30 feet on periodic table. Here we go. The deeper we go. 6. Side passage. See table 3. Check 30 feet again on this table. Side passages. 6. Right, 45 degrees ahead. There we go. I'll clean this up when we bring it back, but right here, it's right here, 45 degrees, right. Okay. They can walk pretty much all abreast, but they're going to do the regular thing. So it's wide, so maybe there's some kind of like $2.17. There's some smells or some things laying around dungeon dressing. I think that's appropriate. They kind of, Mumala gets down, so sniffs the air. I'm gonna go with odors. Right here. 9. Dank, moldy smell. Continues to be a dank, moldy smell down here. Maybe they can still, the rivers are like making it dank and such. So any kind of weird noises down here. 13. Clanking. There's got to be something ahead, you would think. So clanking. Dank. All right. Sumamala is like, I think I hear something. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful sense of hearing. I think I should also clarify too. I had Tawar, or so I had Mumala with a broadsword. He doesn't have a broadsword. He has a bastard sword, just a hand and a half sword, and you can use it twice. I was calling it a Tawar, but 1. Periodic check. Continue straight. Check again. 60 feet on this table. Really? This is... The check, they're gonna map it. That's gonna take a turn. They're getting sort of tense, I suppose, because there's still nothing here. What's happening? What could it be? 13 passage turns. Check on table 3. 1 passage turns. And we'll check with the passage width. 12, 10. Well, this is interesting. Now we're back down to 10 foot wide. So we're up here now. We can remove this for the time being. 3. Okay. The maze-like corridors. Does this remind you of something like a Conan, like this slithering shadow, or red nails too, but like the slithering shadow. So dark, or maybe the Phoenix and the Sword, which is another great one by Howard. Okay, let's check again. We're all confident that at some point we're gonna get a good roll. 13 passage turns. Check width on table 3. Check again 30 feet. Checking. Passage turns. Which way is it going to turn? Turn. 18. Right. 90 degrees. So by right 90 degrees, 1, 2, 3. Right 90 degrees. 1, 2, 3. This thing is becoming more labyrinthine as we go along. There's a clanking up here somewhere. Where? What is clanking? This won't. Hey, the clocks die. I want this. Seven. Side passage. Check again, 30 feet. Was this a side passage? 6, right, 90 degrees ahead. This is turning out to be a bit of a labyrinth. We're getting a little, I have to say we're getting a little antsy. It's back and forth. And these are the kinds of things, I think, this is very Gygaxian in a way, that keeping people on their toes. We did talk about the stress involved in being underground in the dark, light source. Light source is, it's not fading, but it's not like being outside in the dark. And the deeper you get, the more tense it is. There's a clanking in the distance. What does it mean? 6. Side passage. Again. Table 3. Side passages. 18. Four-way intersection. Is it? Yeah. This could be some sort of like, I don't know, like a murder nest or something. Like a trap. Some of these end up like going back to like, I would think, you know, if, I mean, based on our mapping and stuff, if this attaches here, it would be like a secret door maybe, or a cubby, or like a cubby hole for people to hide in. Which way we're gonna go? East or north? 1 to 50 east, 51 to double odds north. Green is always the 10s. North. All right, you can't see that. 72. So we're gonna go north. Chamber. Chambers, rooms, shape, and size. 19, of course. Unusual shape and size. See subtables below. 10, trapezoidal. It's like this, right? Or that's more of a rhombus, trapezoid. Okay, trapezoidal, unusual size. How big is it? 16. Roll again and add results to 9 to 10 above. If another 15 to 20, repeat the process. Doubling 9 to 10 above. 12, about 2,700 square feet. What is 2,700 square feet? I'm no math magician. Somebody else knows out there what 2,700 square feet is. Let's hear about it. $2,700 square foot. That's huge. I think it's usual. $2,700 square feet. 218. We'll just double this. 150 by 180. Okay. So 150, which would be 15. This is a huge room though. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This has to be. I'm just guessing. You know, I'm not, like I said, by no means am I a mathematician. I'm gonna go like here. So what would be in a room like this? That's close enough, right? This is a large room. This has got to be some sort of ritual chamber. This has to have something in it. Okay, number of exits. D20, 20. Number of exits, 20, any size. Room area, any size, 1 exit. Door, in chamber, passage, in room. Okay. So we'll put this. Double door. It's very ornate in a way. Double doors, only singular exits. Maybe this is where the clanking is coming from. Chamber or room contents. This is the big one. Okay. 14, monster and treasure. See table. BG below. Oh, we got something. We got something. Okay, with monster, take 2 rolls on without monster table, add 10% to the total of each roll. Okay. So, you would think that this is orcs. This has to be orcs. It's so large, it has to be orcs. 6 to 7 to 12. Well, we'll do 75% orc. 1 to 75 is orcs. Green is the 10s. 76 to odds is something else. 41. It is orcs. How many are there? 1. It's 7. 1d6 plus 6. 7 orcs. 7 orcs. Okay, this is manageable, I think. All right. Here we go. Let's do the distance because we're all in the same room. Encounter distance 1d6 plus 4. 10. Just 100 feet. So they're kind of backed here. the back of the room. I'm not sure if there is a... We're gonna make it through. Of course we're gonna make it through. Okay. So 7 orcs. Gotta go surprise in rounds. Orcs, humans. Okay, nobody is surprised. Nobody's surprised. Let's do the reactions. Are they on our side? Are they not on our side? All right. Yeah, we're more or less speaking to them. $99 enthusiastically friendly, immediate acceptance. It's fantastic. I know some people wanted blood, but so these guys are part of the insurgency. What are they doing here? Seven orcs. I guess I don't need this book. Oh, here I do. Hang on. Let's find out the treasure that they've got here. They're gonna let us have it. I mean, they want us. It must be like, I don't know, like, just so sick and tired of the tyrannical leadership of Thurok the Cleaver, that they're willing to give away some of the treasure, I guess. But here we go. Let's find the treasure. It is with monster. Add 10% to the total of each. Roll twice and add 10% to the total of each. Okay. Not good. Take 2 rolls without monster table. Add 10% to the total of each roll. Okay, so 1,000 copper pieces. We don't want 1,000 copper pieces. 72. 250 gold pieces per level. So 250 gold pieces. It's no magic items. So I think we're gonna what's the treasure contained in? Treasure contained in. On D20, don't fail me now. Well, not that it even matters. 7 chests. Okay. So 1,000 copper and 250 GP in chests. Okay, since they're enthusiastically happy, I'm going to suggest that they're going to give us that 250 gold pieces. So we're... They're enthusiastically happy. Can they tell? So this is like the meeting chamber. for the heads of household. And there's like tapestries on the wall that are like, for some, I mean, they've been sort of molded over the years, because remember this is an ancient sort of dungeon. So I'm going to suggest that there are tapestries on the walls that are frayed. And I suppose there's like a fresco or two. So it's 2 frescoes. So there's a fresco here and a fresco here, and 1, 2, 3, 4 tapestries that are pretty mangled in some way. Yeah. Right. So we'll take a tapestry. We'll take 1 tapestry. It'll be pretty heavy though. It's gonna weigh folks down a bit. So 250 gold pieces. So we're gonna take that chest. 250 gold pieces. We've made some friends here. And I think, you know, they'll tell us going beyond here will probably get us deeper into the complex. And let's see, here's the question: where does a rock reside right now? Is he on the 1st level or the 2nd level? Because I would think that if he had like a retinue, and he had bodyguards, and he had like a luxurious kind of throne area, it could be on the 2nd level. So I'm going to suggest 75% chance on level 2, 25% chance on level 1. Again, green is the 10s. So it's on level 2. You got to go down the stairs to get to him, and then like they ask them to they ask Mumala, who translates to the rest of the group, to go down to the 2nd level and then slay the cleaver. Okay. So we'll take a moment to rest up. I think we can head back, right? Because this is we've made some progress here. Not finding a lot of stuff. I mean, we did find this giant room, which is interesting in its own way. Some kind of rites or rituals or sacrifices may have happened in here in eons past. I think we need to grab one of the tapestries, take it back, and show it to a historian for its significance and what it pertains to, because I don't think any of our folks know much about it. Jizna's, got a bit of a wry grin on. She's saying, Istis continues to smile upon us, and our fates do not, apparently, at this moment, our fates are not entwined in violence, and so she thinks that's a good thing. Mumala's not so happy about it, but he's making more friends, and I guess it sort of makes the other humans that he's with a little on edge, because if he sides with these orcs, or the orcs side with him, and he speaks Orcish, then he could presumably start his own war band or his own tribe. But that is maybe for another time, because he's still got some experiencing to do. So in the we have 1, 2 hours and 10 minutes. We took a rest. So we're gonna actually one more room. We should never do that, but we're gonna do one more room. We're gonna go this way. We're gonna go east. See where that leads us. So thank you very much. We will get underway with that. And like these 7 orcs are having like a quorum. They know about the other orcs that are guarding the bridge. So they're like, we'll catch up with them. We'll compare notes, as it were, as far as orcs can compare notes. But they're going to do that, and we're going to move on. We're going to head up, and we're going to head east down down the passageway. See if that leads us anywhere more interesting or more. It is like shedding a light on things. Periodic 5 door. There is a door here. Table 2, door. Oh. Okay. 15 ahead. Okay. Beyond the door. Okay. We're going to listen at the door. Molly's going to take a listen. I think it's like 1 in 12 or something like that. Nope. He does not hear anything. Okay. So mapping the passage, taking a look at the door, checking. That's another turn. And then we'll have around to listen. Is the door locked? It doesn't say. I guess they wouldn't lock doors in. Okay. We're gonna try and open the door. Rumala, 1 to 2, boom, kicks it open on the first attempt. Boom. I think we're due for a wandering monster check. Now that we're getting deeper in here, I think it's gonna be a 1 in 10. No, that's a 9. No wandering monsters this time around. And what's beyond the door? Results beyond the door. I think this is the last thing, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Leave it on a cliffhanger. 15. What is beyond the door? Room. Table 5. Rooms. 'Tis the room. 17. It's gonna be huge again. Rectangular. 30 by 40. That's okay. 30 by 40. Room. Since it only goes like yay. Actually, we're gonna go That's a good looking room. $30 by $40 room. What is in the room? Okay, 30 by 40 room. Unusual shape and size, unusual size. Number of exits. Up to I guess we can, yeah. 10 up to 1200. 0. Check once per 10 foot per secret doors. This is interesting. What is it? 1 and 6. 1, 2, 1. Secret door here. Exit direction. 10 straight ahead. So if the exit direction straight ahead, then this is a secret door. But where is it on the wall? Opposite wall. Amazing. Where are we here? Check. 5. Footnote: if passage or door is indicated on a wall where space is immediately beyond the wall has already been mapped. Exit direction. So I'm going to put the secret door right here between these two things. Room chamber and room contents. Here's the, it's gonna take a whole turn. 6. They're getting a little restless here. 13. Monster only. Random monster encounter. So we've had orcs, orcs, orcs. I feel like we need to hit the, I feel like it's time to hit the random monster table here. Find out who it is. Green is 10s, red is 1s, right? 19. Elf. It's an elf. What is an elf doing? Ooh. That's what we're about to find out. This could get kind of spicy. So we're gonna leave it at that on a cliffhanger. There are. Let's find out how many elves there are. Here we go. I mean, it's funny, we do talk about, like, I did talk about, like, sword and sorcery, you know, Conan and H.P. Lovecraft kind of stuff, but it is still, there is still, like, that Tolkien element. It's a dark Tolkien, as far as I'm concerned, like a, so there are, you know, there are Tolkien's inspirations here, but, so we got the elf here. How many elves are appearing? Oh, it does say an elf. Right, I said 3 to 11. I don't know what that is, but let's say it's like 3d4. 2d6 would give us 12. Plus 1 was 13. 3 to 13. 3d4 would give us 12. 3 to 12. This is 3 to 11. I'm going to do 3d4. I know somebody's going to come in and tell me what 3 to 11 characters are, but there are 4, 2, 3. 9 elves. What could 9 elves be doing in here? Are they're in here? Did they come through the secret door? And where does the secret door go? Okay. There are 9 elves. We'll leave it there. This is starting to the geography is starting to balloon out. I got to sort of keep it within a desired sort of boundary, and also not. Well, I mean, this is interesting. It sort of challenges me to roll up and randomly determine why there are elves in here. Why the orcs don't know about them. There's a schism in the orc tribe, the Broken Bone orc tribe. There is a trade. There's trade downriver with some ogres, and now there's elves in here. Secret door here, and this is empty, and there's no treasure, but there are elves in here. And we're gonna find out what exactly they're doing in here in the next episode. So once again, thank you for watching this, and I guess we'll check you out next time when our intrepid adventurers will do a reaction roll against the elves. We are 2.5 hours in, so we got about an hour and a half left before the light source gives out. We do have to get back, and we're here at night, so it's like the middle of the night, or like early morning, but like around midnight or so. I can't remember. They did show up around 8 o'clock, so it's about 11 o'clock at night. They don't know that. They've been down here a while. They can't really, having a hard time understanding, time in the dungeon. It just feels like forever, or feel like they just got here, but they don't know that. So they are making headway and mapping it out, and we're finding out more. We're gonna grab the fresco, and we're gonna take the 250 gold pieces back with us. And if somehow we can sort of get the elves on our side, maybe they can lug some stuff back to Lorabas. Anyways, I will see you in the next episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Have a great day.